Today we're going to really dive deep into something that's been on a lot of Filipino basketball fans' minds.
Yeah.
Justin Brownlee and Barangay Ginebra.
Big question.
What is going on with that whole situation?
A lot of uncertainty right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of
A
uncertainty.
lot of moving parts.
Yeah, and we got this article here
Right.
that we're going to kind of base our discussion on.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, honestly, even before this article came out, this has been something that I've been thinking about a lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So the article really digs into all the factors that are kind of swirling around right now.
Right.
Brownlee Ginebra, the future of both.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting stuff. So
It is.
let's just jump right in.
Yeah, let's get into it.
One of the first things the article brought up, and again, this has been something on my mind too, is that
Okay.
Brownlee's got to be seriously burnt out after this past season. I mean, just think about it for a second.
That was a lot.
It was an insane season for him.
It
I mean, just the sheer number of games he played was incredible.
Well, and it's not even just the number of games, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the guy was carrying Ginebra through the playoffs
on his back.
on his back, and all while knowing that he's got this massive commitment with Gilas Pilipinas coming up.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
You know, I mean, that's a whole other level of pressure.
Okay, so yeah, for anybody who might not be super familiar with Philippine basketball,
Right.
Gilas Pilipinas, that's the Philippines national team.
The Nationals.
And those guys,
Yeah.
they have the weight of the entire nation on their shoulders.
Absolutely.
The expectations are crazy high for them.
Sky high.
So Brownlee is not only battling it out in the PBA,
Right.
which, by the way, that's the premier professional basketball league here in the Philippines.
That's the big leagues.
The big leagues, exactly.
Yeah.
But he's also got this huge international responsibility looming.
Looming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the mental fatigue comes in.
Yeah.
Right. It's one thing to be physically tired, but when you're constantly under that kind of pressure to perform,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just imagine for a second
I can't even imagine.
having the hopes of an entire nation
Wow.
resting on your shoulders.
That's intense.
That's got to be mentally draining.
mentally and physically draining.
For sure.
So with Brownlee potentially needing some serious time to recharge,
Yeah.
both physically and mentally,
Right.
the article brought up this question that I think has Ginebra fans sweating bullets right now. Who on earth could possibly fill his shoes if he needs a break?
Right. I mean, the guy's a legend.
The guy's a legend.
He's a walking legend.
You look at Ginebra's system,
Yeah.
it's practically built around his unique skill set.
Right. He's not just a scorer.
Right.
He's a playmaker. He's a leader.
He does it all.
He's a clutch performer.
Ah.
I mean, you look at their current roster,
Right.
and yeah, there are some talented players.
For sure.
But it's hard to imagine anyone replicating his impact.
I mean,
He really is.
it's going to be tough. And the article also pointed out something that's been on a lot of fans' minds, I think.
Okay.
And that's this idea that maybe Brownlee's performance dipped a little bit in the recent finals
Interesting.
compared to the semifinals. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a really interesting observation.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the stats,
Mm-hmm.
his three-point percentage dropped by a noticeable amount,
Yeah.
10% in the finals.
10%.
Yeah.
Oh,
And his assists per game were also down a little bit,
interesting.
which, that could suggest that fatigue might have affected his playmaking abilities.
Yeah.
But there could be other factors too, right?
Right.
I mean, maybe the opposing team's defensive strategy was just super effective.
Yeah, maybe they just had his number.
Right. They figured something out.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
trying to solve a puzzle with some missing pieces.
We don't have all the information.
We don't have all the answers.
Right.
And the article doesn't give us all the answers.
Right.
But it definitely raises some really important questions.
It does.
I mean, what does this all mean for Ginebra's future?
Yeah. What does it mean?
Can they realistically maintain this dynasty?
Right.
If Brownlee needs to scale back or take a break or whatever.
It's the billion-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Ginebra's management, they've got some tough decisions ahead of them.
They do.
I mean, do they try to manage his workload?
Right.
Maybe limit his minutes, give him more rest?
Mm-hmm.
Or do they go out and try to find another import
Another temper.
who can share the load? I mean, there are no easy solutions here.
No easy solutions.
Okay.
I have to say, this has been a real eye-opener, this deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we unpacked a lot here.
We did. We covered a lot of ground.
Brownlee's potential fatigue, his commitment to Gilas Pilipinas,
Mm-hmm.
the possibility of him needing a break,
The big one.
the question of his replacement.
Yeah. And the implications for Ginebra are massive.
Massive.
Their success in recent years has been so tied to Brownlee's dominance.
Absolutely. So here's what I want you all to think about
Okay.
as we wrap things up here.
Right.
What do you think is the most likely scenario
Okay.
for Justin Brownlee's future with Berengue Ginebra?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And how do you think it'll all play out for the team? Hit us up with your theories.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys.
All right, see you.
Like.
He's Overfatigue. Peace out.